Welcome to Fayetteville, and whoop, pig suey as the Arkansas Razorbacks are ready to take the field. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on another SEC rival, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Razorbacks will put total leather and will get started. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got it. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Well, he's able to make it easy after that catch, and I think his speed is something that just scares DBs to death. And you think about great Oklahoma receivers recently, guys like CeeDee Lamb, Sterling Shepard, Hollywood Brown. DBs gave them so much cushion because they were afraid they were going to get run by, and I think that's how defenses treat this guy too. With his speed and his playmaking ability, he scares you to death, and that cushion helps him out tremendously.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Oh, there's the ball. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Off the RPO, complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it.
Doing college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He's going to take off. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
First down for the offense.
Come on. Come on.
The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO. They were going to see some quick game. And nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
After the incompletion, here comes 2nd and 10 from the 32. Dropping back, it's Fox. Throws to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
Running back searching for a hole. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got it in the middle. It's straight. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be...
Can anyone catch it? He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
It's a really nice throw. It's so impressive watching this Oklahoma passing attack now. And you think back to Bob Stoops taking over as head coach in 1999 and bringing with him the air raid offense, a style of passing attack that still wasn't very prevalent in college football at the time, but since then they've always...
Holy shit!
Wow. Coming up. Good. Coming up. Coming up. Coming up. Oh, fuck. Wait.
quarterback play, guys that could play up tempo, make good decisions. This dude right here, he fits in perfectly with what they're trying to do throwing the ball in Norfolk.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Now the play fake. On the move to his left. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Fires deep toward the end zone.
Oh, no.
Goes toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. Think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And then coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You've got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Jackson going to throw it. They'll run the screen. Keeps the legs moving. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
6th play of the drive coming up. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Really nice job there by the defense because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Quarterback on the keeper. Across the 25, he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And how about the quarterback? How about the athletic ability for this guy? He's so quick, so elusive, so fast, can make these big plays. And before you blink, he's 30-plus yards down the field, making you.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and they can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Fox. It's complete on the right side. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball back quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job of getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
They'll leave it with him. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Gain of 12. And that's good enough for a first down.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run play action. Floating away. On the move, he fires. Working that left side.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
And the Sooners line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Air Force is currently ahead in this one, but they may need to rev up an F-16 if they want to turn this into a blowout today. They're up by 7 over Mississippi State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen.
Off he goes. He's at the 40, the 20, and they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a first and goal. Jackson will throw. Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Fourth and goal from the 2. Can they finish this drive? Snapped it in the shotgun. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Coming out with it, it's Yates. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
On the option. Quarterback gets the first down. At the 40, there he goes. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. He'll pull it on the read. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17.
And that's what I love about the QB run game in this offense is it just keeps these defenses off balance. We're going to see a lot of running backs doing their work between the tackles in this game as well. But you see how mixing in the quarterback run too, it just keeps this defense so confused.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Yates. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Has this head coach lost his mind? Does he know where the ball is on the field? He's going for it this close to his own end zone. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on down.
There are analytics out there in college football that say maybe you can go for that at that point of the field here in the first half. It's still early. If you don't get it, you can come back later in the game, make it up, score some more points, and that mistake will be erased. The problem is right now at this juncture of the game, that was a big-time error. The fact that you didn't get that, you're now gifting your opponent points.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They go right back to him. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Yates. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Sooner offense returns to the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Now on second down after the incompletion. Back to throw, it's Fox. They're setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Takes it from the gun on third down. Moves away as he feels pressure. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you could tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
Fires to the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear you down throughout a football game. So the quarterback play on those completions that move the sticks, that make you play 3 more plays, 4 more plays, 5 more plays, and just wear you out.
He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Nice job by the defense there, getting a stop on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. We know they've been burned a few times early in this game by the QB run, but weren't going to let it happen there.
Off play action. Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. You can't wait for this game to be over.
Throws to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Got it past the mark. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Quarterback on the keeper. Fighting for the goal line, and the ball's out. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Listen, there's so many athletic quarterbacks now that do the design runs. I got to make them pay. I got to physically hit them as hard as I can, as many opportunities as I get. They run the design quarterback run. Nice job being physically forcing the fumble.
He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the big tackle.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
When I go into every game, I want to get my running back going. I want to get the ground game going, and he has. This afternoon, over 100 yards now, showed you a little bit of everything in the run game, and that's why this offense has been hungry.
And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
You got to give credit to the play calling, the screen pass on third down. I'm just trying to go feast on quarterbacks. I'm trying to get upfield, pad my stats, get some more sacks. They fly upfield, and they say, okay, you go here, we'll throw it right over your head, get the first down.
And the Razorbacks racing to the line in the hurry-up.
All right, defense, it ain't working. Right? We're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a man. It's Jackson. Firing to the right, complete. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. On second down, wants to throw it. They're bringing heat. Quarterback extends the play. Going to try to get it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds. The new popular phrase for a favorite team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want to play.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Play number 9 on this drive. On second down, looking to throw. This time on target. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Caught over the middle. It's straight. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. He got it. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep the moral.
Hit the afterburners, kid. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And once he got loose, it was all over. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
He'll pull it on the read. Nice move there. And the Sooners will move the sticks.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a first down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Rolls and throws off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
Blasted as he lets it go. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. They're working that left side. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've had a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. Hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he
just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the 25. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Fox. Trying to get to him. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the
On comes the field goal unit. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Fair catch called for and made. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers.
Pretty started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Power football with the run. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Drake. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hind.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Finds his big tight end. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Back to pass, it's Fox. Feeling some heat. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in. Got that something.
You can't hear yourself think on third and goal. The play action fake. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown Sooners.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy catch.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Motion from the offense. Might as well give it to him again. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
These running backs have all kind of success. And now we're getting later in the game. We got to make sure we get some stops, get the ball back to our offense.
Jackson gonna throw it. Dumps it to the back. On target. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The Hogs getting it done through the air, evoking memories of Ryan Mallett.
And that's what the fans of Arkansas want to see. They've always got that physical ground game. They always want to have a little bit of balance, and when they get that...
And the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
In this offense, they like their quarterback running these QB-designed runs like you saw right there, but the defense, they're going to light up every time they see him tote the rock. They know they've got an opportunity to lay a hit on him and create a takeaway like they did right there.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. He's
Mana bit.
Staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
Offense gets set for second down. Caught behind the line. It's Baker. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his position.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. To the air, it's Hawkins. They're trying to get to him. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affects.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying.
Absolutely perfect. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better.
Yeah, executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
Here's the handoff. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Arkansas 24, Oklahoma 20.
Trying to pick up a first down. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Razorbacks will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Now on first down from the 30. He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I'll tell you, this is a hard defense to run against if you're going to go sideline to sideline because of that guy's speed at linebacker. He can get all the way to the perimeter, chase the quarterback down on the option, and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Impressive.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. I think you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a crease. It's straight. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Quick release on the RPO. Makes the catch and knocked down. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on 1st and goal, but they can also drain. Touchdown, Arkansas! And they take it in for 6 more points. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Jackson will throw. He's got it. 2-point try as they build on this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Finds his back in the middle. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. The Sooners want to move quickly.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that pass is caught at the 25. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score in the season.
They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Looking for space. It's straight. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Quick handoff. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Now the pitch. No! And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late games.
All kinds of running room. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And the clock's running down late in the ball game. Every first down matters. Every second matters. Really good job by the quarterback. Dropping back to pass, scrambling around, getting the first down, and also getting out of bounds to save precious seconds as this one ticks down.
Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had...
And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and all gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that can